In a world where artists like J Balvin, Karol G, and Maluma are constantly topping the charts with their infectious hits, it's hard to imagine a time when Latin music wasn't adored everywhere. The journey of reggaeton from its humble origins to becoming a global phenomenon is a testament to the power of cultural fusion and innovation. From the dance halls of Jamaica to the public housing projects of Puerto Rico, reggaeton has evolved by absorbing diverse influences and reflecting the realities of its creators. Bad Bunny, a modern reggaeton icon, exemplifies this evolution. His meteoric rise and boundary-pushing artistry have propelled the genre into new territories. Unlike many before him, Bad Bunny uses his platform to address pressing social issues, from gender equality to mental health, resonating with a broad and diverse audience. His ability to blend reggaeton with other genres while maintaining authenticity has garnered him international acclaim. The influence of reggaeton and artists like Bad Bunny is undeniable. They have taken a genre once rooted in marginalized communities and brought it to the forefront of global pop culture. This rise reflects a broader cultural shift towards greater acceptance and celebration of diversity. Even if you think you're not familiar with reggaeton, chances are you've danced to its beats. Iconic tracks like Despacito, featuring Daddy Yankee, and collaborations between global stars like Drake and Cardi B have brought the genre to the forefront of the music scene. In this documentary, we'll explore the influential men and women who have shaped the music landscape and propelled reggaeton into the mainstream, with a special focus on the phenomenal rise of Bad Bunny. Join us as we delve into the vibrant world of reggaeton and the artists who continue to redefine its boundaries.
Wow, you got to stop thinking about what the others are doing, which is not easy because sometimes, you start looking to the sides, but, you crash. So try to have, those free times where you just can think about what you can bring to the game, new to the game, or that you feel that it's like you're really unique to yourself. I think that's what helped you to be innovative in this game and in everything.
To this day, reggaeton has transcended mainstream status, evolving into a global genre that blends diverse cultures. Its rise in popularity began with iconic releases like Gasolina by Daddy Yankee, Oye Mi Canto by NORE, and Hips Don't Lie by Shakira. These hits solidified reggaeton's cultural impact, making it impossible for global audiences to ignore. The commercial viability of reggaeton made it so that record labels continued to back and invest in the genre. By the late 2010s, reggaeton had become full-blown mainstream. Major artists from all genres felt it necessary to lean on reggaeton to propel their own sound. This was most famous on the Despacito remix featuring Justin Bieber. Other noteworthy songs include Demi Lovato's Échame la Culpa, Madonna and Maluma's Medellín, and Ed Sheeran's Shape of You. But one artist who has truly begun to dominate the game in recent years and push reggaeton to center stage is Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny, the Puerto Rican superstar, also known as the King of Latin Trap, has taken the music industry by storm with his unique blend of reggaeton, trap, and Latin pop. Born as Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, this enigmatic artist has not only captured the hearts of millions with his infectious beats and catchy melodies, but has also become a symbol of a cultural revolution and social change. Since his debut in 2017, Bad Bunny has quickly risen to prominence, breaking records and shattering boundaries in the process. With his distinct style, rebellious lyrics, and captivating stage presence, he has become a voice for the marginalized, challenging societal norms and advocating for equality and justice. Born and raised in Vega Baja, His 2016 song Diles led to a recording contract with Hear This Music. He went on to release songs such as Soy Peor and collaborate with Farruko, Karol G, Ozuna, and J Balvin. His 2018 single Mia, featuring Drake and appearing on Cardi B's single I Like It alongside J Balvin, topped the US Billboard Hot 100. Bad Bunny's debut studio album, X Siempre, released in 2018, peaked at number 11 on the US Billboard 200, while his collaborative album with J Balvin, Oasis, released in 2019, reached the top 10.
La playa, el motel, en casa de tu pai cuando yo te iba a ver. Las veces que tu mai nos llegó a coger, tú brincando mojadita, sudando Chanel. Yo sé que lo nuestro es cosa de ayer y me pone contento que te va bien con él. Yo ni te extrañaba ni te quería ver, pero pusieron la canción que te gustaba poner y me acordé de ti cuando me hiciste.
His second solo album, Yo Hago Lo Que Me Da La Gana, from 2020, became the highest charting all-Spanish album to appear on the Billboard 200 at the time. It was followed up with the compilation album Las Que No Iban a Salir, also from 2020. El Último Tour del Mundo, Bad Bunny's third solo album, became the first all-Spanish language album to top the Billboard 200. Its lead single, Daquiti, reached the top 10 of the Hot 100. His fourth solo album, Un Verano Sin Ti, released in 2022, spent 13 weeks atop the Billboard 200 and spawned various commercially successful singles. It is the first Spanish-language album to be nominated for the Grammy Award for Album of the Year. Throughout his career, Bad Bunny has earned 3 Grammy Awards, 4 Latin Grammy Awards, 8 Billboard Music Awards, and 13 Lo Nuestro Awards. He was crowned Artist of the Year by Apple Music in 2022. But what sets Bad Bunny apart from the rest? It's not just his music or his eccentric fashion sense. It's the way he fearlessly addresses taboo subjects, from gender equality to mental health, shedding light on issues that have long been ignored in mainstream music. Moreover, Bad Bunny's impact extends beyond the realm of music. He has become an influential figure in the fashion industry, collaborating with renowned brands and making bold statements through his unique style choices. His unapologetic embrace of individuality and authenticity has inspired a new generation of artists and empowered fans to express themselves freely.
Felicidades a todos grabando. Sé que estamos pasando por un momento bien difícil y raro para nosotros, pero hay que mantenernos firmes, no olvidarnos de dar gracias y sonreír, aunque sé que a veces no queremos ni sonreír. Siempre hay que buscar la manera por la cual hacerlo y mantenernos positivos. Voy a ustedes en todo lo que se propongan, en todas sus metas, pero recuerden que no importa lo que logremos, lo más importante es el respeto por los demás. El respeto y los valores que pongamos en práctica día a día son los que dicen quién tú eres, son los que nos definen como personas. El éxito no se mide en dinero, el éxito para mí son experiencias y recuerdos que nos llevamos en el corazón por siempre. Así que felicidades a todos los graduandos, en especial a todos los latinos. Sean ustedes mismos siempre, que siendo nosotros mismos es que somos grandes. Los quiero, el conejo.
The ascent of Bad Bunny from SoundCloud sensation to global superstardom has been nothing short of remarkable. Born Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, this Puerto Rican artist burst onto the music scene in 2017 with his infectious trap and reggaeton beats. With a unique style that seamlessly blends Latin rhythms with hip-hop influences, Bad Bunny quickly captured the attention of listeners worldwide.
Chambean pero no jalan. Tú compras todas las Jolambo, a mí me las regalan. I spend in the club, what you have in the bank. This is the new religion bank, the Latino gang.
His early releases on SoundCloud garnered a dedicated following, propelling him into the spotlight. Through strategic collaborations with established artists such as J Balvin, Cardi B, and Drake, Bad Bunny's popularity soared to new heights. His distinctive voice, charismatic personality, and boundary-pushing fashion choices further contributed to his growing fan base. But it wasn't just his music that resonated with audiences. Bad Bunny's lyrics often tackle social and political issues, addressing topics like gender equality, mental health, and the struggles faced by marginalized communities. This authenticity and willingness to speak out on important matters struck a chord with listeners who craved more substance from their favorite artists. As his star continued to rise, Bad Bunny's impact expanded beyond the music industry. He became a cultural icon, breaking down barriers and challenging traditional norms. With his flamboyant fashion sense, he pushed the boundaries of gender expression, inspiring a new generation to embrace their individuality. Bad Bunny's rise to global stardom serves as a testament to the power of authenticity and staying true to oneself. Through his music, he has not only entertained millions, but also sparked important conversations and sparked a sense of empowerment among his fans. One of the most fascinating aspects of Bad Bunny's rise to fame is how he fearlessly challenges societal norms and stereotypes. In a music industry often dominated by traditional gender roles and machismo culture, Bad Bunny breaks the mold. He's not afraid to display vulnerability and embrace his own emotions, a rarity among male artists in Latin music.
I'm so excited and grateful, because it's gonna be a very special presentation. It's gonna be, I think, the first time here in the Billboard. So I'm so happy and ready para romper.
Through his lyrics and performances, he tackles topics such as mental health, toxic masculinity, and the struggles of everyday life. By openly expressing his support for the LGBTQ+ community, Bad Bunny has become a powerful ally and advocate. He uses his platform to promote inclusivity and acceptance, challenging the deeply ingrained homophobia and transphobia that can be prevalent in Latinx culture. His mere presence in the industry sends a message of hope and empowerment to those who have felt marginalized or silenced. Furthermore, Bad Bunny's fashion choices and personal style defy traditional gender norms. He effortlessly blends elements from both masculine and feminine aesthetics, challenging the notion that clothing and appearance should be strictly categorized based on gender. Through his fashion statements, he encourages self-expression and individuality. In a world where conformity often reigns supreme, Bad Bunny dares to be different. He uses his influence to spark conversations and push for change. By breaking boundaries and challenging societal norms, he paves the way for a more inclusive and accepting future. Bad Bunny's impact extends far beyond the music industry, making him a cultural icon and an inspiration to many. By blending traditional rhythms with contemporary influences, Bad Bunny has not only honored reggaeton's roots, but also expanded its boundaries, making it more accessible and appealing to a diverse fan base. The rise in popularity of reggaeton has only really come about in the last couple decades, and the music hasn't always been widely celebrated. The tale of its rise to international recognition is an interesting one, and in order to truly understand it, we're going to have to go back in time to a little island in the Caribbean named Jamaica. In the early 1900s, dance hall music from Jamaica was taking over. In literal dance halls, the selectors, or DJs, would mess around with the sound by using the volume knob to let in as much of the rhythm as they wanted, creating what's known as a polyrhythm. Artists eventually started building this effect into their own tracks. Tracks like Poco Man Jam by Steely and Clevy had a noticeable amount of international commercial success. The beat uses a drum pattern which we would later associate with reggaeton. But at the same time, it was associated with dancehall and was known as dembow. During this era, there was also another huge hit from dancehall legend Shabba Ranks called Dembow.
Dembow, 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 dembow. Man on the table, me say that dembow. Gyal a clean rifle, me say that.
This track also has the distinct dembow drum pattern and is considered by some to be one of the songs that helped to birth an entire new genre of music.
Hi, this is Shabba. Man, remember, whenever you play, you win.
Whilst all of this was going down in Jamaica, over in Panama, artists like El General would rap in Spanish on these dancehall instrumentals, which in itself became a genre known as reggae en español. But how did the Panamanians get their hands on these dancehall beats? Well, during the construction of the Panama Canal in the early 20th century, many West Indians migrated to Panama for employment. After its construction, they decided to remain in Panama and lay down their roots. Although the likes of El General were a few decades removed from the migration wave of Jamaicans to Panama, they kept a lot of their Jamaican heritage, and in particular, were up to date with the musical happenings over in Jamaica. This is considered to be the foundation of reggaeton today. Once the Panamanians had popularized rapping in Spanish over a Jamaican dancehall rhythm, the sound traveled through Spanish-speaking countries like wildfire. In one country in particular, the sound really captivated its people, Puerto Rico. By the late 90s, the genre had gone from being reggae en español to reggaeton.
I was born and raised here in Puerto Rico, so this is my people. This is my house.
Many Puerto Ricans migrated to the US, in particular, the Bronx, New York City, which is also the home of hip-hop. When you go back and look at videos from the late 90s, you can hear and see the hip-hop influence in reggaeton. Due to the movement of people and adaptation of cultures, reggaeton's lyrical content, technicality, and production value was taken up another notch. However, this didn't come without its hardships. The genre had experienced various censorship campaigns due to its reputation for being hyper-masculine and over-sexualizing women. This is where the parallels between hip-hop in the 90s and reggaeton in the 90s get really interesting. In the same way hip-hop came from New York's projects, underground music, or proto-reggaeton, was coming out of caseríos, or public housing developments in San Juan. And just like the projects in New York, caseríos were associated not only with the working class, but with blackness. And while a good part of Puerto Ricans are believed to have African and indigenous ancestry, the Afro-Puerto Rican community has a history of being stigmatized. In the 90s in particular, Black Americans were stigmatized on the mainland through associations made between their communities, the projects, drug use, increased so-called urban crime, and obscene music. And so were Afro-Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico. It's not necessarily true that caseríos were the epicenter of criminal activity, but they developed a reputation of being a place where a lot of criminal activity, particularly around drugs, was taking place. Between 1993 and 1996, the Puerto Rican government launched a campaign called Mano Dura contra el Crimen, or the Iron Fist Against Crime, and targeted caseríos in particular. They used the National Guard and the Puerto Rican police to occupy the caseríos as a way to curb violent crime, and they weren't afraid to use violent methods to do so. Mano Dura, although promoted as a matter of public safety, was intimately linked with the re-engineering of Puerto Rico's public housing authority. it soon became abundantly clear that mano dura was not a panacea for the very serious problems facing public housing residents, since, in many cases, it actually worsened the violence and discrimination they faced. Undeterred by resistance from those whom mano dura was said to help most, the Rosselló administration, meanwhile, began marketing the campaign as a success in the war on drugs, to be emulated in the United States. Puerto Rico has had a long history as a laboratory for U.S. domestic and foreign policy. At the same time mano dura was happening, the government also undertook a censorship campaign, which was followed by another censorship campaign in 2002, and it was focused on pornography, largely targeting reggaeton music videos. Women are usually presented in videos and on album covers as scantily clad models, often faceless, something that is now commonplace, and most of us wouldn't bat an eyelid at today. Ironically, because of the attempted censorship and suppression of reggaeton, it was even more appealing to the youth of the day. And because Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, the constitutionally protected free speech prevailed. But that didn't stop the stigma that was associated with the music. And that, in turn, encouraged artists to explore their own realities more so in their music. Popular music in Puerto Rico has been a space where people have contested a lot of these racial ideologies and pointed out racial discrimination. Tego Calderón has several songs where he directly calls out this idea of racial harmony as a myth, where he discusses institutional discrimination facing Black Puerto Ricans in an explicit kind of way. Despite reggaeton's reputation of hypersexualizing women, female singers and rappers were actually a part of the scene from very early on. Most of the names commonly associated with reggaeton are male. Think J Balvin, Daddy Yankee, Maluma, Gente de Zona, Bad Bunny. But women like Ivy Queen, Lisa M, Rosalía, Becky G, and Tomasa del Real have been a part of the scene and are among those trying to change it and its image. Let's go on a quick detour to pay our respects to some of the women who continue to carry the torch for reggaeton. Ivy Queen's journey started at a club called The Noise in Puerto Rico, where she would also go on to become a member of the otherwise all-male collective with the same name, The Noise. Prior to Ivy, no other woman had stepped foot on that stage. She joined her first rap battle at the club and won after her very first round. There, she performed her first song, Somos raperos pero no delincuentes. We are rappers, not delinquents. Ivy Queen went solo in 1996 and released her debut studio album, En Mi Imperio, In My Empire, which was quickly picked up by Sony Discos for distribution in 1997. She later released The Original Rude Girl, her second studio album for Sony label, which spawned the hit single, In the Zone. However, Ivy Queen did not rise to fame until she moved to an independent record label to release her third studio album, Diva, in 2003. Diva and its single, Quiero Bailar, marked her rise as a leading artist of the genre. Before then, female voices in reggaeton were used mainly for sexy chorus refrains. Ivy, however, had men and women singing. Yo quiero bailar, tú quieres sudar, y pegarte a mí, el cuerpo rozar. Yo te digo, sí, tú me puedes provocar. Eso no quiere decir que pa' la cama voy. I want to dance, you want to sweat, and come close to me, brush up against my body. I say, yes, you can tempt me, but that doesn't mean I'm sleeping with you. It declared that women could be as sexual as they want and still have a choice when accepting or rejecting a partner's advances. This was a shift that marked a development in reggaeton and that made the presence and popularity of more progressive reggaetoneros possible. It also changed attitudes towards female rappers, realizing their potential for commercial success. Ivy Queen's albums Diva, Flashback, and Sentimiento have all been awarded gold and platinum record status by the Recording Industry Association of America. Her seventh studio album, Drama Queen, was released in 2010 and spawned a top 10 single, La Vida es Así. It was followed by the Grammy Award-nominated Musa in 2012. Ivy Queen has 4 entries that have reached the top 10 on the Latin song chart, including Cuéntale, that peaked at number 3. Ivy Queen's music often focused on sexuality, female empowerment, socio-political issues, infidelity, and relationships. With her strong pen game and punchlines, she paved the way for other women in the industry. Latin music was brought to the mainstream through the popularity of artists like Enrique Iglesias and Shakira.
I can kiss away the pain. I would stand by you forever. You can take my breath away. Would you swear that you'll always be mine?
Latin America, the audience is absolutely amazing. Like in Peru, in Argentina, Mexico, it's they're so energetic and they sing every single song. It's some of the best crowds I've ever seen live. So, and I've been touring for like a year and a half, so it's not really like a lot of preparation. I feel good. I feel like this last tour that I've done, I've had more fun than ever.
We're very excited, to be sharing the same stage for the first time, singing in Spanish in an event like this one, having 3 nominations with the Spanish song, with the Spanish video in the MTV Awards, which is never seen or heard before. It's just a fantastic news for the Hispanic community.
Artists like Jennifer Lopez and Anita also drew in worldwide audiences.
When you grow up in the Bronx and you grow up Latina like I did, and you don't see people on TV or huge movie stars who are Latino and women like you, the idea that they had was, what makes you think that you can do it? Nobody else has done it, nobody else, has really gotten there, they just wanted me to be safe, stable, happy, become a lawyer, they wanted me to be safe. And, I had, maybe if I was somebody else and I didn't have as much ambition and a strong enough resolve, I would have said no, but I had the confidence and I said, no, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to go do. And I had to fight them on it.
More because I come from Brazil, so it's everything very new for everyone, and I try to mix what happens in my culture to what people consume here, so I think that brings the reason why people feel this innovation.
What's the state of the industry today for Hispanic actors?
Well, it's for me, it's okay. I'm not complaining for me because I'm doing okay and I'm getting to work with wonderful people and I make a good living. And I don't know, like we say, this could change tomorrow. But right now, I'm not complaining. But as far as for Latino actors in Hollywood, it's not that great because we're not considered for roles that are not Latino, but meanwhile, other people are considered to play our roles who are not Latino. So it's a weird thing, I realize this is a business and that they're here to make money and there's name value and all of this stuff. But it's just like I'm an example of the fact that, I can play anything. I'm very careful with the projects that I pick to show versatility, because I think it's an important thing to show the industry that I can do anything, and that if given the chance, I can develop name value. And that's a very important thing.
I care a lot about what's happening with everyone, not just me. So for me, it's very important when I'm doing something, a song or a music video, I just try to send a message that I think there's gonna impact people somehow, besides just the music, just having fun with a good song.
What does your heritage, your ethnic background mean to you?
It means everything to me. It's who I am. My ethnic and background and my heritage. It's formed the person that I am today. So it is the most important thing, who you are, and that's who you are. As you grow up and you get out of the family life, I remember realizing this is who I am, this is what makes me different from this person or this person or this person, is the family that you grow up with and the background and the culture and the things that you learn from them. That's what makes you an individual. And so it is hugely important to me.
In 2020, Jennifer Lopez and Shakira headlined the Super Bowl. They made history as the first Latina artists to headline the halftime show.
I think it's a very important moment for our community, for the Latino community in this country. And I think it's, you know, the Super Bowl, it's a very American event. It's as American as it can get. And I think it's going to be very nice to see that. It's also going to be a reminder of the heritage of this country, which is one of diversity. And that's what we will be celebrating on Sunday.
Two Latinas doing this at this time in this country at this time, it's just very empowering for us. And for me, I'm very proud to be able to help set and push forth that message.
I think that we are, and the Latinos are going through a difficult time in the US right now, and I think it's very important for us to convey a message of unity and also to show what a relevant force the Latin community is in this country, how much we have to offer, our idiosyncrasies, our culture, that is so unique and so diverse too, because the Latinos are a mix of every race you can imagine and every culture. And that is what makes our community so special. And I think it's such a wonderful opportunity to pay an homage to that and also to remind us all of what an important force we are, and you know, I wasn't born or raised in the U.S. For me, being Latina and participating of this very American event, but also very global, because I don't know, I think like 100 million people will be watching. It's just a great opportunity and a great responsibility as well. I feel truly honored to be representing so many people out there, women, Latinas, and people of any ages.
Reggaeton has grown in popularity over the years, allowing artists like Bad Bunny to become a global superstar. Historically, reggaeton has been considered a boys' club, but over the years, more female artists are making their way onto the scene and creating their own paths in the genre.
Voy donde quiero con cualquiera, donde sea papi. Voy donde quiero con cualquiera, donde sea papi. Voy donde quiero con cualquiera, donde sea papi. Voy donde quiero con cualquiera, donde sea papi.
Karol G's album, Mañana Será Más Bonito, became the first all-Spanish language album by a female artist to reach #1 on the Billboard 200 album charts. And it's a reggaeton album. Carolina Giraldo Navarro, known professionally as Karol G, is a Colombian singer, songwriter, and actress. Considered one of the most influential reggaeton and Latin trap female artists, she received several awards, including 5 Latin Grammy Awards and 4 Billboard Music Awards, with nominations for 2 Grammy Awards. She was recognized with the Rule Breaker Award at the Billboard Women in Music, with the Spirit of Hope Award at the Billboard Latin Music Awards, and her works broke 5 Guinness World Records. Born and raised in Medellin, Giraldo launched her career as a teenager, appearing on the Colombian spin-off of The X Factor. She moved to New York City in 2014 to learn more about the music industry and signed to Universal Music Latino. Her collaboration with Puerto Rican rapper Bad Bunny, Ahora Me Llama, became her breakthrough hit and was the lead single for her debut album, Unstoppable, released in 2017. Other popular tracks from the record include the female empowerment anthem, A Ella, Casi Nada, Hello featuring Ozuna, and Muñeco de Lego. In late 2018, her duet, Secreto, became a hit in Latin America as she and Puerto Rican artist Anuel AA publicly confirmed their relationship via the music video. Also in 2018, she collaborated with Argentine singer Tini on their song Princesa. The same year, she won the Latin Grammy Award for Best New Artist. In July 2019, she released China in collaboration with Anuel AA, Daddy Yankee, Ozuna, and J Balvin, which became her first music video with over 1 billion views on YouTube. In May 2019, she released the album Ocean, which served as a stylistic departure from Unstoppable, incorporating a more relaxed and less pop sound in her music, while also incorporating reggaeton influences. Popular singles from the album include the title track, which was released as a duet with Jessie Reyez, as well as Pineapple, Punto G, and Mi Cama, the latter reaching the top 25 of the US Hot Latin Songs chart. Later that year, her song Tusa with superstar rapper Nicki Minaj charted internationally and was certified 28 times Latin Platinum by the RIAA, staying on the Hot Latin Songs chart for 25 weeks. In early 2023, Karol G achieved her highest charting single on the mainstream US Billboard Hot 100 with the song TQG, a collaboration with fellow Colombian singer Shakira, reaching the number 7 position. Following the success of TQG, Karol G released her much-anticipated 4th album, Mañana Será Bonito, in the spring of 2023. The record was immediately recognized as the first-ever Spanish-language album by a female artist to debut at number 1 on the primarily English-language US Billboard 200.
Anoche te dejé un mensaje, pero no lo leíste. Yo comprendo que tú no quieras saber más de mí. Dicen que te perdí, y yo no aguanto otra noche sin ti.
Talk about Latin music. It's so crazy now. It's such a big thing for a lot of fans now. What do you feel about it?
It's good. I mean, it's really pop music, you know? It's just sang by Latino artists. But it's really about the pop.
Yeah. Do you think it's right now? Why is it so hot? Because of you? It's just so
No, because it's good music. Ricky, Mark, Jennifer, a bunch of good artists out there.
Okay, thank you.
Can we get number Dave Adelson?
Okay, sure.
So how do you feel about being here tonight?
I'm just honored being here tonight. It's a big celebration for all of us as Latinos being here tonight.
And I heard that your movie is doing phenomenal.
It's doing phenomenal. We're breaking all record sales in the box office in Puerto Rico. So for me, as the first time that I'm acting, it's a great thing that is happening with my movie right now. We're releasing the movie in the mid-September here in the States, so wait for that. It's gonna be great.
Definitely. Hopefully you'll break records over here as well.
Thank you, baby. Appreciate it. Daddy Yankee, yo.
The future of reggaeton appears promising, with the genre expected to gain more popularity worldwide as it continues to evolve. Artists from various countries are creating their versions of the music, and it's just the beginning of the genre's growth. Reggaeton has now expanded to include different genres like Latin pop, hip-hop, and dancehall, leading to increased interest and discovery among music enthusiasts. More producers and DJs are entering the scene, resulting in more high-quality tracks being released. These developments indicate that reggaeton is likely to be more widely accepted and appreciated in the years to come. The journey of reggaeton from its humble origins to becoming a global phenomenon is a testament to the power of cultural fusion and innovation. From the dance halls of Jamaica to the public housing projects of Puerto Rico, reggaeton has evolved by absorbing diverse influences and reflecting the realities of its creators. Bad Bunny, a modern reggaeton icon, exemplifies this evolution. His meteoric rise and boundary-pushing artistry have propelled the genre into new territories. Unlike many before him, Bad Bunny uses his platform to address pressing social issues, from gender equality to mental health, resonating with a broad and diverse audience. His ability to blend reggaeton with other genres while maintaining authenticity has garnered him international acclaim, breaking records and earning numerous awards. The influence of reggaeton and artists like Bad Bunny is undeniable. They have taken a genre once rooted in marginalized communities and brought it to the forefront of global pop culture. This rise reflects a broader cultural shift towards greater acceptance and celebration of diversity. As we look to the future, reggaeton's continued evolution seems assured. Its ability to adapt and incorporate new influences while staying true to its roots ensures it will remain a vibrant and relevant force in music. Artists like Bad Bunny will continue to push boundaries, making reggaeton not just a genre of music, but a vehicle for cultural expression and social change.